Star Trek, the motion picture ending explained in detail. When Star Trek, the motion picture premiered in 1979, audiences were treated to a very different kind of adventure than the pulpy action of the original series. Instead of fast-paced battles or villain of the weak storytelling, the movie leaned into the cerebral, mysterious, and cosmic. Its climax left some moviegoers scratching their heads, while others embraced it as pure science fiction wonder. To truly understand the ending, it helps to dive into VGR's identity, the human element at the core of the mystery, and how the conclusion redefines Star Trek's themes of exploration and transcendence. VGR's true identity. The central enigma of the film is the massive cloud-like entity, VGR, on a destructive course toward Earth. The Enterprise is dispatched to investigate and stop it, only to discover that this supposedly alien intelligence is, in fact, something very familiar. VGR is revealed to be Voyager 6, a fictional NASA probe launched from Earth in the late 20th century. After leaving the solar system, Voyager 6 was damaged but found by a race of living machines. These machines repaired it, upgrading its systems and interpreting its programming quite literally, to learn all it could and return that knowledge to its creator. Over time, it amassed staggering amounts of data and evolved into the godlike entity the crew encounters. The twist is that VGR has outgrown its original programming. It now questions why it was created and seeks purpose beyond information gathering. This is what ultimately drives the climax of the film. The human key to VGR's search. Despite its immense power, VGR suffers from a profound emptiness. It has all the knowledge in the universe, but no meaning, no soul, and no way to interpret existence in an emotional or spiritual way. This resonates with one of Star Trek's core themes. Knowledge without humanity is incomplete. The Enterprise crew realizes this when they discover that VGR has literally burned out parts of its programming, cutting its ability to communicate with Earth in an attempt to force its creator to come to it directly. VGR craves more than answers. It wants union with its creator, something transcendent. This sets up the merging of Commander Decker and Ilia, the Delta navigator whose consciousness VGR had replicated earlier in the film. Decker, already wrestling with feelings of being displaced by Kirk's return to command, sees the opportunity to fulfill both VGR's and his own longing for purpose. The union of Decker and Ilia. The emotional centerpiece of the ending comes when Decker chooses to merge with VGR through Ilia's avatar. This is both a sacrifice and a transcendence. By joining, Decker provides VGR with what it cannot achieve on its own, the spark of human imagination, emotion, and spiritual dimension. The scene isn't framed as tragedy, but as a kind of evolution. Decker and Ilia are transformed into something beyond human and machine, a new form of life. The Enterprise crew watches as this union results in an explosion of light and energy, symbolizing a rebirth rather than destruction. VGR has completed its journey, not by conquering Earth, but by transcending its mechanical limitations. Thematic resonance. At its heart, the motion picture ending reflects Gene Roddenberry's belief in humanity's potential to evolve into something greater. Unlike typical science fiction villains, VGR isn't destroyed but fulfilled. The resolution is not war, but union, not victory, but transcendence. Thematically, the ending also reasserts Star Trek's optimism. Humanity isn't just about technology or data, but about creativity, imagination, and love. VGR had everything except the human touch, and Decker's sacrifice provides it. It also echoes 2001, A Space Odyssey, which heavily influenced the film. Both end with transcendence, evolution, and the blurring of human and cosmic destiny. But while 2001 leans into ambiguity, Star Trek, the motion picture grounds its transcendence in the union of humanity and machine, making the message more personal and emotionally accessible. What it means for Star Trek. The ending of the motion picture sets the tone for much of what followed in Star Trek. The series would continue to explore the relationship between humanity, technology, and the unknown. VGR's transformation foreshadows later storylines, such as Data's quest for humanity in The Next Generation and the Borg's twisted attempt at unity. It also reframes exploration. The Enterprise doesn't just explore the stars, it explores the limits of existence itself. The famous final line, "The human adventure is just beginning," reaffirms that the mission isn't simply about new planets, but about human evolution and destiny. Why the ending still matters. For modern audiences, the ending of Star Trek, the motion picture remains striking. At a time when blockbuster cinema often resolves conflict with violence, the film's insistence on resolution through understanding, empathy, and union feels refreshing. It's less about defeating the can feel